Welcome to Dynamite Delight, the show that everybody not just likes, but loves. Hey, alright guys, this is Dynamite Delight on the new setup. I do not know if this is working properly. I think I'm going to be having an issue with the audio still, but I thought I'd give it a shot right now because I really wanted to try it. Tell me in the comments if you can hear me or not, because every testing I've done, the audio has been low and I had to adjust it in my software. So if it's wrong, just tell me, and I'm going to keep working on it until I get it right, and then I'll use the setup permanently. This show of Dynamite Delight, Beach Break was not bad, but still lacking one thing. And it's just not filling me with a lot of confidence. I'll explain at the end of this review. I'm not going in order. We had Darby Allin. We had Sting. And again, they get interrupted by Taz. He's in my face, Taz. Look, I understand they're trying to put hype into the team Taz. I understand they're trying to hype up the street fight. But I really want to see what Darby Allin says to... Look, you're teased before that something was going to go on between Darby Allin and Sting. Cool. This is what we need. This is what we want. But now you're not letting Darby Allin talk. And I'm not saying Darby Allin's a big talker either. He's not. He only talks when it's necessary. But you cut off Sting all the time with Taz, which is a great talker. He's a wonderful talker. But you cut him off a lot, which kind of takes away from what Sting is. Sting can talk his ass off when he's in the mood. And he feels like he needs to talk and not to be interfered constantly. Then we don't have anything from Darby Allin. He just stands there and he waits until pretty much Sting says a little bit and then he walks away. He doesn't really do much. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but still, there needs to be more interaction with these two. And actually, next to that vignette I saw of them both, I'm hoping they'll give us more. That's what I'm hoping for. Then we get Jade Cargill's video pack showing how freaking freaky this woman is. Look, she's in my face right now. This woman is built like, look, there's only 3 women I've ever known that is built like that. You got Camille from NWA. You got now Jade Cargill. And then you had China. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Jazz or Ivory and everyone else, but we're talking about size with this. All 3 of these women, Jade Cargill, Camille, and China, were very big women who were cock diesel and not bad looking to look at. And this is what we got with a Jade Cargill. This woman's lifting up weights that will break a guy's back who is not in good shape. And she looks like a monster. But the question is going to be, can this woman wrestle? Because she can look as good as she wants. She can talk as choppy as she wants. But she's going to have to eventually get in that damn ring. And if this woman cannot wrestle, no matter how freaking sexy she is, no matter how freaking strong she is to break your back, and no matter what position you put her in, and this is not just talking about sex, ladies and gentlemen, if she cannot get the job done in the ring, then she's eye candy. And eye candy usually means one thing. It's relegated to being a manager. And she's too damn big as a woman to be just a simple manager. I don't want to end up like Nia Jax, so here's the question. Now, the next match I'm going to talk about, which for me was a surprising match. That was Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. Now, when you see this match, I'm sure many people are going to say, damn, that was a great match. But I'm seeing it from the perspective of not just how well the match went, but by the characters that we're dealing with. You got, well, Reba was fine. Rebel. Thunder Rosa is Thunder Rosa. And it's obvious that this woman is a damn good wrestler. But, and it's obvious from what I've heard, that she has a tendency, I don't think all the time, to not 100% sell her opponent's moves all the time. She doesn't like it. She'd rather always be fighting back more than she takes. Now, in some circles, that's a good thing. Like a Kurt Angle, you can't expect a Kurt Angle who is an Olympic gold medalist in his prime to always sell 100%. He must out-wrestle someone because he has been booked as someone that out-wrestles everybody. He has the accolades of an Olympic gold medalist behind him in Greco-Roman wrestling. Or no, freestyle wrestling, I believe. Not Greco-Roman, freestyle. But with Thunder Rosa, and I'm not taking anything away from her, I actually really do like her. She doesn't have the same accolades as a Kurt Angle. She's a damn good wrestler. But after what's been going on when she went up against Selena Deeps to try and get her title back, and also when it came to Ivelisse, I believe that's her name, because I'm trying to remember, it's been a while. And then now with Britt Baker, who is easily not her equal. Let's be honest here. Britt Baker is not a bad wrestler. She's not great, but she's not bad. The thing I've had a problem with is her character. I'm saying this clearly. Britt Baker, this is rock bottom. This is where clearly is a great wrestler. She's somewhere around here, just near middle of the road. A good wrestler, but not a great wrestler. You can see Thunder Rosa out wrestling her very easily. But here's the problem. Sometimes a person who is a great wrestler, and that's Thunder Rosa, must sell for her opponent. When you look at Ric Flair, you look at Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, you look at when it came to, what you can say a lot about HBK, but when it came to Shawn Michaels, when it was necessary to sell, he would sell his ass off. HBK would sell his ass off. Ric Flair would sell his ass off. He was notoriously known to try and make sure his opponents looked so good that it would make him look great. And then Ricky the Dragon Steamboat the same way. Those are the ones I always refer to when it comes to someone who's a great wrestler but knows how to sell their opponent's work when it's necessary. And unfortunately, Thunder Rosa doesn't do that. And she's a great wrestler. But from what I can tell, she does not like to take much. And I know it goes mostly with her character, but there must be a point when she must sell correctly. And she didn't do it in this match. Not taking anything away from how good both of them worked. They did. And in the end, it was Rebel who saved a wonderful Britt Baker, as you would put it. I still don't like her character. I just don't like it. The role model sucks. I'd rather see it as a damn dentist who's trying to knock your bicuspids out of your mouth. That is who she should be. Not the role model of AEW, because there's no role model, because there's no division. Yes, there is going to be that tournament that is for Sheeta's title to see who's going to be her next opponent. And I am going to be interested in watching it. But still, the division sucks. And her character doesn't work. So she does lose to Thunder Rosa. She gets knocked out because Rebel pulls off. She literally jumps into the ring, pulls off the second turnbuckle, and then eventually Britt finally gets her in position. Finally, because Rosa didn't seem to even want to be doing it immediately. And I'm not saying she's supposed to, but she really tried everything not to do it yet. She really didn't want to do it. But she did finally do it. Britt wins, and now they keep the feud up. But the question is going to be, where do they go from here? How far are they going to push this feud? And I got to be honest here. Why didn't they actually save this for a pay-per-view? You guys tell me below why. Because if these two are supposed to be really important, like Tony Schiavone said, that these are the two best they have, then they should have put it on the pay-per-view and just built it up and keep messing up the match. Instead of having them just have the match and then mess over Rosa, they should have just had them fight so much they couldn't get the match done. Unless both of them wanted to be stricken from AEW. That's just me, you guys tell me below. Now, Hardy and Paige versus Luther and Pentaco. And he reminds me of Serpentor. If you've ever seen the old G.I. Joe with Cobra Commander and Serpentor, Serpentico makes me think of Serpentor. But he is a smaller guy, and Serpentor is supposed to be more than 6 foot tall, like this, and ready to rip your head off. This was, oh, there goes that twitch again. That's something I still gotta work on. Damn it. But when you see this match, it was okay. Seeing the segment that was shown that same day that Matt Hardy went, well, when Marvel talked to Matt, and I believe it was Marvel, when he was talking to Matt and when he was talking to Paige, he's trying to ask her what the deal is. And Matt's trying to say, look, this is about just trying to honor -1 because of what happened on his birthday. I didn't like what happened, and Luther screwed it up, and I don't like it. I want to do something about it. This is what happened. This is what led to this match, which you can make something out of it, and it looks like you are. The match wasn't bad, but when you see that Matt tags himself in again right when Paige ends the match, so he can get the match, so he can get the win, so he can raise his hand high and say, I am the winner, and tries to show that he cares about Adam Page. It just is like, okay, so what's the deal, huh? How far he's going to allow this to happen, because Page is not feeling it. He's not feeling it. He doesn't want a tag team. He doesn't want to be in a group. He just wants to be left on his own, but he's still drinking. You wonder where they're going to go with this. This is just me, guys, some below. Let's see here. The wedding. The wedding. The freaking wedding. Cannot stand this wedding. Look, guys. When it came to this wedding, when it came to Forbes and Sabian, at first, when you see Father Mitchell there, I'm going like, hey, at least they got an Impact person there. Another Impact person finally, other than the Good Brothers. I'm cool. I'm down with this. I'm wondering who else is going to come. So he marries them and says, we are having this unholy matrimony, and do you, Forbes, take this dashing man to have and to grope in richness and in health. That grope part I enjoyed. That I gotta admit, I enjoyed to have, to hold, and to grope. I did enjoy that. And once Miro tried to stop, and he did stop, is there anyone that's gonna stop? And he says, no, stop it. I've been through this more than once. We are skipping this part. We are not having, does anybody contest this? Let's move on. They did it. They get married. And then it comes down to what I felt was something had to happen. I felt that either someone's going to stop in the middle or someone's going to do something at the end. And I was correct. Something did happen at the end. We got Chuck or Charles being told to serve wine. Or actually champagne. Then Miro is taking a rant saying, this is my wedding. The ball and chain speaks his mind. That's what this feels like with Miro. Guys, listen. I really thought something special was going to happen with Miro. I really did. I thought they'd do something with this. But with Sabian, he feels really lost. Miro should be something more than just Sabian's best friend. He should be destroying. I'm not asking him to be the Bulgarian Brute. I'm asking him to be someone else. I'm asking him to be something new. Something that we haven't seen from the guy who was once known as Rusev. And it just feels like he's lacking. Now, it is been, how many months has it been for him? I think he came in September, October. So September or October. What was it? October, November, December, January, February. He's only been there maybe 4 months. Maybe 5. I can't be sure. 4 or 5 months. You can tell me below. I don't remember right now. I don't know how many months it's been. But it's been more than 3 months easily. Easily more than 3 months. And I feel like he needs something more to go with this new character he is as Miro. Now, what did Charles do? He brings in a box, a large box that's the size of a person. And Miro doesn't trust it and destroys it. And he orders Charles to go and clean it up. While this is going on, and I didn't catch it, you saw Charles doing something at Miro's leg. And then, once Charles gets back into the ring, you see that Miro wants to go and do something, and his left leg is chained, and I think I got a shot of that. I'm going like, oh no, here we go. It had to come. And guess who comes out of the cake? it is Orange Cassidy. He messes up the cake. He messes up Penelope's face, that sexy little face. And he nails Sabian. Next to getting beat up a little bit for Charles, they do have a little bit of a fight, and Sabian gets nailed. He pisses off Miro by nailing him, and then you get Charles walking away with Orange Cassidy. Where are they going with this? Please get this over with, please. I really wish Trent hadn't gotten hurt, because they should have done something with Miro and Trent, because they got something that's from Japan. They got history from Japan, and they could have done the story with it. But since he's still hurt, we're stuck with what we got. And I wish they just move on to something else for him, but this is what we got. Let's move on. We got Kingston versus Archer in a no DQ lumberjack match. Now, was this a good match? I'm not too fond of... Let's put it like this. Lumberjack matches usually always descend into chaos eventually. But they never book it in a way that makes both competitors look good after it's over. It's either one gets over the other, and it doesn't really resolve anything normally. Understand, this is all stemming. This story is stemming from that Battle Royal last year where Kingston did not get eliminated. He didn't go through the top. He didn't go over the top turnbuckle. He was never eliminated. He was done. And that's where generally this story is from. This is where it comes from. And for me, if this was involved the TNT title, this would work. If this involved the world title, this would work. If it involved the tag titles, this would work. But without a title involved in it, it doesn't work for me. And understand, I love me Kingston. The guy is a decently good wrestler, and he can talk his ass off, which really helps his character in the ring. He knows how to make his words mean something whenever he talks in the ring while he's wrestling. He's an expert at it. But this doesn't work. This should be over. Now, it was nice to see Bunny in the ring trying to help, and that back fist that he gave Archer was a damn good one. But still, Archer wins, now what? Do they finally end this? And I'm hoping to do, because it really doesn't make any sense. Archer's floating, Kingston is floating, they need to do something. That's just me, you guys tell me below. FTR had their moment. They're incredibly angry because they were supposed to be in the Battle Royal. They were suspended. And they're angry. So what do? They capture Marco's stunt. They were not happy that they got screwed the first time because of Telly being barred. They got screwed the second time. Telly and Wheeler got chained to the Luchasaurus. And now they got screwed again. So now they want to get justice. They want a title match. But they're going through why? I don't know. I'm hoping this leads somewhere. I just don't know. It doesn't mean it's bad. I don't know. The final match of the night. I'm not forgetting the Battle Royal. That's what I want to focus on next. The final match of the night. You got the Bucks. Sorry. I'm getting the Battle Royal in this. You got Phoenix. You got Pac. And you got Moxie versus the Bullet Club. This was the best match of the night. It was. I'm not saying it was the most greatest match, but it was the best match of the night. Seeing them all work together, seeing Moxley, Pac, and Phoenix work together was actually quite good. It was strange to look at Doc. Doc Gallows was bright beet red within 5 minutes once the match started. Yeah, I know they were putting a big chokehold on his head, but the guy was beet red for quite a while. It didn't look good. Hopefully he's all right. But by the end, it was the Bullet Club who won. And clearly, they were beating them down once they won the match. But then you got Archer coming out. Why? Why did Archer come out to clear house? He shouldn't have been there. I know that Archer is dealing with, and does that mean Archer is going to go over to Impact Wrestling because the Bullet Club is over there? because Doc and Carl's over there, that might happen this coming Tuesday. But then I'm thinking there must be someone that's going to be coming. There must be somebody. Because it makes no sense they're going to do this. And guess what? You get Moxie attack by Keita of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because he wants to get the IWGP US title. Because he is still defending the title in Japan. So that's going to happen. And that's a good thing. To see something from New Japan Pro Wrestling happening on AEW. But then it's upsetting to me because there's nothing from Impact Wrestling. Now, I'm not taking anything away from New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's good to see it. But still, what about Impact? They need more people on AEW. Please, someone listen. Please. Finally, if my camera doesn't switch over because I got this set and supposedly it's supposed to kick off in about 10 seconds. I'm about to find out that, oh no, it's not. It's still going. Okay, good. We got the Battle Royal, Tag Team Battle Royal. And the Tag Team Battle Royal is like this. All the teams, 10 teams are there. You got Top Flight, you had the Acclaimed, you got Private Party, Pride and Power, you got Hager and Guevara, you got, who else was there? You got the Bucks who, if they won that Battle Royal, they get the right to choose who they want to go up against at the pay-per-view. And you got a couple other people, Jurassic Express. I'm not going to name them all. I think I almost did. But this was about trying to get that number one contendership. And it was a cluster. But it was good to see they wasn't doing a WWE thing where if one goes out, both are done. The team is out. It's got to be, both got to be eliminated. So that was a good thing. Was this a good match? It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad to see the match going on. And by the end of it, you got, who was left over? You got Top Flight, Sammy Guevara. He was by himself. You got, who else was there? The Acclaimed. You also had MJF and Y2J there. The Champion. It really came down to one of the members of Top Flight, I believe, compared to MJF, Sammy, and Chris. I mean, this is where things has begun. It's begun because you got MJF and Chris winning. Sammy was not happy. He got screwed again, and he was pissed. And after the match was over, and you see Chris and MJF going in the back with a little bit of bubbly, you got Sammy Guevara saying, well, we get the short end of the stick again. Ain't this something? You get what you want, we don't. And he's done. And he walks out of the room. Chris is told by, I think it was Ortiz. He said, you better go and follow him. So he does. He's trying to talk to Sammy. But you get MJF saying, you know, gentlemen, I think we need to talk. And you see Warlow close the door. For me personally, this was the turning point. It's begun. That's the best title for this. You see now that it's a good possibility that Chris is about to leave. That maybe right before the pay-per-view, they're setting up Chris about to leave. So I think MJF is about to convince, well, he doesn't need to convince Warlow, but I believe he's going to convince Hager, Santana, and Ortiz. It's time to get rid of Chris. It's time to get rid of Sammy. It's done. I've tried to be a team player. Look what's going on. There's always something going on with Sammy. There's always something going on with Chris. It's time to deal with this. Either one of them or both of them got to go. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to kick out Sammy, and then he's going to get rid of Chris. And that will probably be just before the pay-per-view. This is where things are about to get very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. To see how MJF weasels his way into becoming the new leader of the Inner Circle. When it comes down to it, was this a good show? Yeah, it was. But here's the problem for me personally. No more Impact stars. Seeing Father Mitchell, a guy that's a semi-retired, I guess, or maybe once in a while he'll work for Impact. Maybe he's working for another indie promotion, but he works on and off with Impact. Shows up on AEW is good. But where is Rich Swann? Where is Moose? Where is Eddie Edwards? Hell, where is Ace Austin? Where is Madman Fulton? Where is Jordan Grace? Where is Deanna Purrazzo? Somebody else must show up from Impact Wrestling eventually, or this really, for me, is going to be a bust. Because, yes, you're getting more AEW people on Impact, which does help it to a certain extent. But as I've told one of my subscribers, I believe his name is Lazy. I can't remember full name. I'm sorry, dude. I'm really sorry. And I respect him. I do. I understand his point of view. Always bringing in more old wrestlers and old talent, and they're not willing to put out new ones. Dude, as I've said now multiple times in comments today, it makes no damn difference if you bring in old wrestlers or new wrestlers, unless creative of Impact Wrestling and the bosses who run the damn thing understand how to book them. You want to bring in I think the guy you said was Jackson Stone. Who cares if Jackson Stone comes to Impact Wrestling if he's floating around like Karrion Kross, who once was known as Killer Kross in Impact Wrestling? The guy was hot after working with Austin Aries. And what did they do with him? Did he actually go for a title? No, and it wasn't because he wasn't ready. They did nothing with him, and it wasn't just because he got hurt. They did nothing with him. They notoriously do this with every wrestler, no matter if they're a new wrestler or an old wrestler. Either they have a problem with booking them or signing them. And you and anyone else who's in my comments try to justify this, saying we need more new talent. It's not going to fly with me, because it's not about the talent, no matter if they're new or old. You can bring the most best. It could be Sasha Banks. It could be Natalya, and I'm just an old one. It can be an old person like Natalya. It can be someone that's red hot like a Bayley, who is so hot right now. It could be a CM Punk who's finally coming back to wrestling flat out, and it's obvious the minute he appears on Impact Wrestling, you get 100K on either, well, Twitch will get 100K if CM Punk comes back. And they will probably get maybe 1 million or more people on Access TV. But it means a damn if they don't know how to book the damn guy or book the women. No matter how you play it, if they can't book them, sponsor them, or even keep them, what is the point of bringing them in? And right now, after I see this show, it's giving me great concerns right now. I'm actually concerned about Impact Wrestling. I'm still going to do my Impact reviews because I still love it. And I still love the company. I still believe they got great talent no matter if they're young or old. Get it for your head. It's not about the age of the wrestler and if they're good or not. As Paul Heyman said, accentuate the positive, hide the negatives. People don't know how to do that anymore. You could say a lot about Paul Heyman, but he knew how to make you look good, no matter if you could wrestle or not. And Impact Wrestling's not doing it. So when it comes down to right now, as it stands, I am concerned about Impact Wrestling. They're not willing or they're not able to put more people on AEW to show their talent. And then when it comes to the current storylines on Impact Wrestling, they're not all good. In fact, many of them suck. And many other people are just floating. What is Rosemary and Steve doing? What is Tennille Dashwood and Caleb with a K doing? Tell me, what are they doing? What is Jordan Grace doing? What is Susie or Sue or Suzanne? Well, Susan. Sorry, Susan. What is she doing? What will be the ultimate aim of Susie? Yes, I want to see her as Suzanne, the seductress. But what will be the ultimate game for her? Is she just going to change one more time and just go back to Sue? And then she's going to be back where she started? This is the questions I pose to you guys. Tell me below and actually think first before you do the comment. Don't tell me you're wrong. We need new people. Wrong. We need writers. We need creative writers that can write for Impact. And we need people from Impact to actually tell AEW, hey, we're giving you time on our show. You're going to be seen internationally. Hey, let a couple more of our people be seen. Or, if AEW is willing to let them be seen, you better start showing us. Now. Have a good day. Have a good night. And I really hope you guys can hear me. Peace.